Joining us now on our book talk segment, great to welcome a woman who's written another one of her great novels. This one is called The Star-Crossed Sisters of Tuscany. She's a best-selling author, and she's a former teacher, lives up in Michigan, I believe, and she joined us by telephone today, and her name is Lori Nelson Spielman. And Lori, good to talk with you. How are you?
Hi, Doug. Great to talk to you.
Are you in Michigan still, or did you get out of there for the cold weather?
No, but I'm coming your way in February, God willing.
Oh, good.
Still here right now.
What part? Florida? Coming down to Florida?
2 weeks on each coast, yes.
Oh, great.
And in Florida, yeah.
Well, it's part of the law now. You have to come to Florida if you're from Michigan or the Midwest in the winter.
Exactly. That is if you want to stay sane. Yes.
Well, first of all, congratulations not only on this book, but the previous books you've written as well. You kind of touched a nice nerve of the audience that enjoys your writing, and it wasn't exactly what you started out to do, right? You were a teacher for a while, weren't you? If I read the notes right.
That's right. I worked in the public schools for 25 years.
Well, good to get out of there, I guess. You put in your time. Not easy.
My hat is off to teachers, especially now.
Oh, no doubt about it. No, you feel bad for them now. I guess you probably have some empathy. I guess the schools up there, as they're everywhere, have had to do the home, the teaching via the computer, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Well, let's talk about the book right now. This is a novel, and it's, again, The Star-Crossed Sisters of Tuscany. I don't like to give away too much when I talk to novelists, but this involves kind of a family curse in a way, right? About a woman, and then they have to kind of go over to Italy and kind of solve it, right? Am I right about that?
That's exactly right. It's about an Italian-American family, the Fontana family, and for 200 years, the second-born daughters are cursed to never finding lasting love. And there are two cousins, Lucy and Amelia, who are both second-born daughters, and they're resigned to the fact that they'll never find love, and that all changes when their Aunt Poppy, the estranged, eccentric, also second daughter in the family, invites them to Italy, where she vows she's going to meet the love of her life on the steps of the Ravello Cathedral on her 80th birthday and break the curse once and for all.
Yeah, it's a great premise there. I guess not only Italians, but Italians seem to have that kind of history, right? The curses put on people. I guess we hear about that, at least in folklore, but I guess there's some truth to that, right? I know this is a fictional story, but there is some truth to that, right? At least they try and put curses.
Yes, and apparently they continue to be a pretty superstitious group, speaking generally, of course.
How did you come up with the storyline? It is something I don't know if you're Italian or not, but did you hear about this from somebody that kind of gave you the germ of the idea?
No, I do. We do have dear friends of ours are Italian Americans here in East Lansing, Michigan, and they love telling great stories about their family growing up in this Bensonhurst neighborhood in Brooklyn with all the extended aunts and uncles, and it's a big ethnic community. And I just love hearing those stories, so I thought I would love to incorporate that into the book at some point. But the curse came about mostly, I was a high school guidance counselor, and I would have girls often come to me who were heartbroken over some teenage boy who had, broken their heart. And I remember thinking at the time, like, oh, you're so young, why are you worried about boyfriends now? Just, forget about it for the next 10 years. And if I had a crystal ball, if I could just say, look, you're going to be happy one day, forget these high school numbskulls, just enjoy your life. But then I also thought, what if the opposite were true as well? What if I had a crystal ball that said, you know what, you're going to be a single woman forever? I mean, would that maybe be freeing in some ways? Might it lift pressure that sometimes women have to, live a traditional life? And so maybe they would live more authentically if they knew that they weren't going to have romantic love.
Yeah.
So that's how the idea of a curse came about.
Yeah, good way to look at it. And again, the characters in the book are the two women that go to Italy, right? And that's kind of where the adventures begin, right? I mean, there's a lot of things that happen along the way while they try and hopefully get rid of this curse, right?
Right. And they couldn't be more opposite. One of them has embraced the curse, basically hidden behind it, and she's thrilled that she doesn't have to put herself out there in the dating world, and still wears the same eyeglasses that she had in high school, and makes no pretense at trying to improve herself. And the other cousin is the opposite spectrum. She is desperate to break the curse and find love, and does so in a reckless way, trying to latch on to anyone who will give her any attention, and so they're quite opposite.
Looking at the notes, you were in Italy, right? You visited it at one time, so that kind of gave you, I guess, a background to write about it more, as far as specific places, right?
I loved it so much, and so the book follows our itinerary fairly closely. So it starts out in Venice and moves on to Tuscany and ends at the Amalfi Coast, where their great Aunt Poppy thinks she's going to meet her love.
Is that important? I've talked to other novelists, and they say, I guess most of them say it is, you sort of have to be accurate as far as your descriptions of particularly a place a lot of people know about, right? So that's important, not only to have the storyline, but you want to be accurate as far as the locations, right?
Absolutely. So, of course, I felt I owed it to my reader to do that grueling research of going to Italy and eating lots of pasta and drinking the local wine.
Got you out of Michigan for a while. That's not bad.
Yeah, exactly. They'll take any excuse.
Talk a little about Aunt Poppy. I know you say that's the kind of eccentric character. Did you kind of base her on anybody, or do you just totally make her up in your own mind?
I did base her on. Somebody said that they thought she was a combination of Sophia Loren and Maud on The Golden Girl.
Oh, sure,
which
yeah.
I
Arthur, yeah.
Both of those. Yes. But she was actually. I was watching a documentary on a woman named Iris Apfel. She's this New York City iconic businesswoman who is now 99 years old, but she has this joy for life and wears big glasses and bright clothing, and I just love. She's just so darling and funny and full of life that I knew after I watched that documentary, I thought, oh, now that's who I want Aunt Poppy to be.
Sounds like it might be a character you could continue over into future books.
Maybe, but there might be a reason. I won't give a spoiler.
No, I won't give it away. But I mean, that type of character, that sounds great. Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
yeah, she was so much fun to write.
Well, again, the name of the book is The Star-Crossed Sisters of Tuscany. I guess you'd consider it a kind of a romantic novel, comedic novel. I mean, just to give the audience an idea, right?
Yes. And if you're looking for a getaway from during the pandemic, an international vacation, hopefully it will transport you a little bit to a nicer.
We need a lot of that about now. We don't need to watch the news every second. You need to get away from it. Yeah. Well, Laurie, pleasure talking to you. Give out your website, if you will. People can get more information about you and the book or any contact information.
Thanks so much. My website is Laurie Nelson Spielman, SPIELMAN.com.
Great.
I really appreciate being here today, and thanks so much.
Yeah, good talking to you. Hopefully we'll talk to you again when the next book comes out. But good luck with this one, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
I'm Stan Brock. 30 years ago, I formed Remote Area Medical to help people overseas. But then we found generations of families in America isolated by poverty from the health care they need. Together, we can take dental, vision, and medical help to 1 million adults and their kids, right here at home in the United States of America.